Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, whatever time it is. Thank you for joining me. My name is Wanda L. Scott, and every Thursday I come to you to give you a mindset pivot so you can learn to thrive and not just survive mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Welcome to Thrive Thursdays. Are you ready to thrive? I ask you that every week. We are at episode number 12, and I am coming to you today to look at a topic around purpose. My question to you is, what does purpose mean to you? And how is it linked to you thriving and not just surviving? Some people have issue with this word purpose because they can't correlate it. So if you're one of those people, let's talk about the word meaningful. Is your life meaningful? Is your work meaningful? Are your relationships meaningful to the point where you feel like you're thriving and not just surviving? Last week, we talked about the importance of celebration. And so I wanted to stay on this uptick, right? This uptick of all these wonderful words like celebration, happiness, and this week, meaningfulness and purposeful that could allow us to have a life where we thrive and not just get caught up in surviving. So, what does it mean to have a purposeful life? I want to look at some research, and this is from the Well-Being Institute, and it talks about people who have a sense of meaning in life also report feeling more happy, more satisfied with their lives. They're less depressed, anxious, and more satisfied with their jobs. What do you think about that? Meaning in life. Now, also, some people who deal with purpose, I know a lot of times when you are spiritual or seek God, you want to know what your purpose is. You want to know that the work you're doing, the things you're doing are on purpose. They're in line with your gifts, skills, and abilities. And so when you start to figure out what you're good at and how that can translate into doing your job well, helping others well, raising your kids well, being a member of your family who brings joy and love and everyone together, then you start to thrive. So, purpose, being purposeful, understanding where you add value, understanding where you can make people happy, understanding where you fit in. I do a lot of work around diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. And a lot of reasons why people don't choose to belong to an organization or corporation is because they don't see where they can be purposeful, where they can be meaningful and add to because there's no space for them. So, whether you're on purpose or whether you're doing meaningful work, there's something that's inside of you, right? That connects to what you're doing. And it also brings that throwback to happiness, right? Am I happy with what I'm doing? So, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be happy with what you're doing. You're not going to celebrate going to work every day or accomplishing a task if there's no meaning behind it. If you don't feel purposeful, that you're accomplishing something, that you're doing good. So, another statistic that I ran into, and this was an imperative study, and it says that 58% of companies with a clearly articulate purpose achieved growth of 10% over the past 3 years. So, this is even applicable to your business, to the organization that you work for. While 40%, 2% of companies without a purpose or a purpose statement show negative growth. So if the organization connects to purpose and then it connects that to their people and what they're trying to accomplish, then that turns into growth, retention, people staying. And I think about some of the nonprofits that I do work for. They have meaningful and purposeful vision statements and missions. They're connected. And the people who work for them are excited about accomplishing that mission, that vision, and that purpose. So even companies who are purposeful are growing and more productive. Another study shows that according to Imperative Survey on LinkedIn, and I'm broadcasting now live on LinkedIn, so I'm talking about you, 73% of purpose-oriented members are satisfied in their jobs. 39% are likely to remain for 3+ years. And in this day of turnover and leaving and going, people will leave at the drop of a dime, right? But if they're connected to purpose, something inside them says, this is purposeful for me. I feel passionate about this. I feel like this adds meaning to my life and the life of others. Then they're likely to continue to stay at that job. And the last statistic is purpose has stronger correlation to higher performing jobs in more entrepreneurial functions. And I can testify to this. I love what I do. I am so blessed to be able to have a company doing work that I love, that I believe is tied to my gift, skills, and abilities. It's purposeful. I love working and helping the people. I love when I actually do the training, when I speak, when people buy my books. It's all tied into my purpose that I've discerned from God, but it's meaningful to me because I'm passionate about it. So I want to know from you, what's meaningful to you? Do you feel purpose or meaning tied to the job that you do? If you're an entrepreneur, if you're running your own business, do you have a sense of purpose and meaning attached to the business that you are working hard to build? And can you push that down in a vision or a mission statement to those who work for you? So that's my challenge to you. If you feel like meaning and purpose are something to do with your heart and pushing you further to grow in your job, to grow in your profession, to grow in your field, to build your business. If you feel like meaning or purpose are tied to you, leave me a note in the comments, whether you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook. I want to hear what this factor has to do with you, because I know we're going to continue celebrating. Because when you're mentally aligned with your purpose and meaning, you can get your work done faster. You can be more excited about it. If you're emotionally tied to it, you're going to be happier. It's that happiness factor, right? Because you feel like you're accomplishing something and helping people. And if you're spiritually connected to it, then that means that you've sought God and you believe that God is with you and empowering you and strengthening you in your purpose, in your meaning to accomplish whatever you put your hands to. So today, I want to challenge you to thrive and not just survive by finding meaning and purpose to everything that you do. So remember that I stream live on Thursdays, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So follow, like, and connect with me, Wanda L. Scott, at Wanda Empowers, and leave me some comments. I want to know about not just your happiness factor from episode 11, but I want to hear about meaning and purpose in your life. Until next Thursday, make sure you thrive and not just survive.